everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Larry, thank you. The renovations, they have certainly transformed this place as EA Sports welcomes you to beautiful Miami, Florida. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down following the run.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's tied right there.
Shift together here from the D-line. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Two times. Leopard! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
And motion left goes a tight end. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to maneuver. Cuts it out to the sideline. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Let's go!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And they'll go with a ground attack here. They find some open field here. And a cut to the sideline. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be taken about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper play?
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And to give this time to the tailback. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now here come the Dolphins. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as, that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Dolphins defense as they head out to set up shop. They'll be hoping to come up with that same type of effort they had last time when they forced the punt that led to a touchdown.
And that type of effort just continues to carry over, because once you get it done once, you feel like you can do it again and again. It's no guarantee, but you got to like the confidence that they take back out into the field.
Now, will they keep that confidence? Time to find out. They'll try and start. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Double tight, double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Let's go. Let's round.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he finds a man on the crossing route. A gain of 19 in picking up the first. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know, when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Tight end left. Tight end left. 4 down. 4 down. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out here in the eye. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Muscles him off. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. A sea of Dolphins there that time in on the tackle. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Let's go! Brand 38!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he puts it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And they're going to speed things up here.
Now let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58. All right, here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the grab there by the defense, the holding penalty called.
Motion. Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
19. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Watch the shift.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. And it's up and good.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. You know, normally he's probably pretty happy with his performance at this point. He's played pretty well. Bottom line, they're down on the scoreboard, so I'm guessing he's not that happy.
No, the fantasy owners who have him for this week, oh, they're happy with what's going on. But for him leading a team, trying to win a ball game, I agree with you. Not happy at all. Trying to figure out how to up his game and inspire his teammates to do the same.
That's a true leader. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So we've reached halftime in it. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
I know the game continues to evolve, and we have a lot of exotic stuff nowadays. I can't help it. I love a good old-fashioned draw play.
Who's typically fooled on defense on a play like that, a successful draw play?
Typically, it's the defensive line that's fooled because they're just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback. And once they create some space and you get past them, you usually have a long way to go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun to the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He's got time. And this is going to be incomplete. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team?
There he goes right side. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And they're able to up the lead by one more.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Hey, boys, we got four down.
Let's go.
Red
38.
38.
Red 38.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now back to throw. Pressure from behind, and he's going to be thrown down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation. But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And take it right on the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
A try here for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third at about 7 left.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10.
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Gun. Over. Leopard.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 2nd down following the incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol. And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. And quickly they get to the line.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
Rush in.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but maybe not a big deal given this big lead. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Set. Green, 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9.
Over.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Leopard.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Green, 39.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
All right, now, lucky 56.
And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
Hurry up, Leopard. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, Leopard. Watch him now, Barney. Now let's go. Black 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
Time running out here on the play clock. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack. And it's 3rd and goal now.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bills are going to get the football back. And now out come the Bills. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
False start, offense.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down.
Let's go.
Slam.
Hut. Flex round.
Jam.
Flex round.
Jam.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Let's go!
Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Come on, let's go!
They'll look to throw again. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. They come out here in the eye.
Gun! Here we go. Patriot! Gun! Now let's go! Over!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Watch him now, Barney! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Now let's go!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to take another shot here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Defense.
And after a nice game, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And still fighting. It's a gain of 15 that time. And the Bills are going to have a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Hey. Hurry up, here we go. Check 26.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They're going to look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will...